Bournemouth, the Cherries. They have had an incredible rise to glory. From being on the brink of liquidation to a Premier League club within 6 seasons. They are the definition of an underdog, a Cinderella story. They have now locked themselves in as a Premier League club after an impressive start to life in the top flight, after many pundits and fans alike expected automatic relegation for the South Coast club. But now, in the 2017-18 season, top flight status is looking somewhat shaky as the Cherries sit in the 16th position on the Premier League table and 1 point clear of the relegation zone at the time of recording. We will now take over the club that I think a lot of people have a soft spot for and not only secure Premier League survival, but take this small club from the south of England to the top of European football. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another rebuild on the channel. Today, a highly requested rebuild. Today, we rebuild Bournemouth. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. If you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild with Bournemouth, make sure that you leave a like on the video, and make sure, if you are new around here, that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. We're only 500 subscribers away from 150,000, so make sure you join today. So this is going to be our starting 11 for the first season. Obviously planning on making a lot of changes throughout this rebuild. Basically the whole squad is going to get changed around, besides maybe Ake, because he's a quality player on FIFA 18 long term. But the first season, probably going to try getting a new right back, left back, and maybe a new centre midfielder. Lewis Cook also might be someone that stays with us for the majority of the rebuild. Just depends on how many seasons this ends up taking us. We have definitely started this rebuild off on the right note. Someone that I wanted to sign this season but wasn't too confident on being able to sign, Saul. We've brought him in for an absolute bargain price of 30.9 million. Now, his value has gone up in this time that we signed him. He was originally valued at like 25 million, but an absolute bargain signing. Gonna be here for the majority of the rebuild, I would assume. Welcome to Bournemouth, Saul. We're gonna make a right back signing here. Thomas Meunier is gonna sign from PSG for £20 million. Also, fellas, apologies in the background if you can hear a whippersnipper going off. John D, my next door neighbour, bloody decided to pull it out in the middle of recording, but welcome to Bournemouth, Thomas Meunier. And a player departure here as Charlie Daniels makes the move to Stoke City for £4.6 million. And another player departure here, Junior Stanislas off to Derby County for £6.3 million. So we've ticked all the boxes in terms of positions we wanted to improve in. We've got a right back in Meunier, we've got a centre midfielder in Saul, and we've got a brand new left back in Luke Shaw, who signs for the club for £10 million. Great pickup. Welcome to Bournemouth, Luke Shaw. A deadline day departure here as Artur Boruc is off to Newcastle United for £1 million. So a very productive opening window in charge of Bournemouth. Saul, Meunier and Luke Shaw in. Daniels, Stanislas, Boruc and Francis out. This is what our starting 11 looks like. Definitely strong in some areas, weak in certain areas. We just need to make sure that we don't get relegated in his first season. What in the world? Holy crap! We are just over halfway through the season. We're in 4th position. How? How are we in 4th position? Could be in 3rd, could be on 6th to be fair, but how are we in 4th? We're going to survive relegation, I think. I was struggling. I was like, okay, we're probably going to end up like 16th, 17th halfway through the season, maybe like 15th, 14th. When I saw 4th, what? That's nuts. So it's been a pretty pretty boring transfer window. No real decent offers in. Didn't have enough cash to really improve the squad. I think next season I'm definitely going to start off either going for a new left midfielder or maybe trying to replace Defoe because he's going to go down a lot. If he was higher rated, it would be awesome, and younger, obviously, because he's probably my favourite striker to use in FIFA Ultimate Team this year. So deadly, so clinical, but let's see at the end of the season if we can survive this top 4 finish. Alright, so here we are at the end of the season. Unfortunately, we were unable to hang on to our top 4 spot, although we came pretty close, to be fair. Only 6 points away from 4th place Tottenham, but we're going to be mid-table, which is definitely a lot better than I expected. I thought we'd be in the relegation race, but a strong start to the season has set us up beautifully. Chelsea win the Premier League, and then looking at the drop zone, Newcastle United, West Ham United, and Crystal Palace all relegated. Checking out the FA Cup, we almost went the distance in that tournament as well, finishing in the semi-finals, where we unfortunately lost to the eventual winners, Manchester City. But we weren't able to match it in the Carabao Cup, not even in the last 16. Man City won that tournament as well. Manchester United won the Champions League final, and Sporting did take down Marseille in the Europa League final. So season 1 exceeded all expectations. We finished 9th in the Premier League, almost make it to the FA Cup final, and we built some fantastic foundations. I was a little bit confused there. I was reading through and I'm like, well, we didn't achieve all of our objectives. What more did you want me to do, board? Do you want me to win the bloody Premier League? But let's get into Season 2 now and see how much more we can improve our squad. Season 2 begins here with a striker signing, and it is a quality one. Arkadiusz Milik, the Polish striker, is going to join the club from Napoli for £30 million. A great signing. Welcome to Bournemouth, Milik. And a player departure here as Mark Pugh has made the move to Huddersfield for £2.2 million. Alright, so definitely a less adventurous, lot less action than in the first window from last season, but still an important signing. Milik coming in, Pugh out. Our squad's looking quality, and we've got a little bit of money in the bank. I'm just doing some scouting on some certain players. Also, we qualified for the Europa League somehow. I don't know how, but I will see you guys at the halfway point of the season. We're continuing our impressive trend in this rebuild of starting the season off strongly. About halfway through Season 2, we're in 6th position on 31 points. Man United only 2 points ahead of us in 3rd. On the other hand, it is extremely close between us and 12th place Watford, who are on 27 points. Shockingly, Liverpool in the drop zone. So we're going to make our first pre-contract signing for this Bournemouth rebuild. We've got a bit of a Spanish revolution going on here. We brought in Saul last season. Now we bring in his former Atletico Madrid teammate in Koke. 87 rated. Our midfield is going to be revolutionized next season. Can't wait to have him here in Season 3. A big signing here in the January transfer window. Gonçalo Guedes, I'm not 100% certain on the last name, but the Portuguese left midfielder is going to join us here at Bournemouth for £18.5 million, plus Callum Wilson. Great pickup in my opinion. Welcome to Bournemouth, Gonçalo Guedes. Unfortunately, I did not realise there was a release clause on Tyrone Mings' contract, and Leeds United have gone ahead and paid the clause. £5 million. He heads there now to Leeds United for £5 million. That sucks. So another productive window here. We're really turning this side around quickly. Koke and Guedes in, Mings and Wilson out. Let's see how we go at the end of the season. This rebuild is actually going a lot better than I expected. We finish off Season 2 in a Europa League spot. 3 points out of the top 4, but to be in the top 5 after 2 seasons is definitely a lot faster progress than I expected. Chelsea, they win the league. Obviously, we finished 5th. Liverpool managed to get themselves out of the relegation battle. and it's going to be Brighton, Derby and Aston Villa all going down. We were unable to make a dent in this year's FA Cup, unfortunately. Manchester United, they went on to win the FA Cup, and it's somewhat the same deal in the Carabao Cup. We were eliminated by Watford on penalties in the quarterfinals. Barcelona won an El Clasico Champions League final 1-0 over, of course, Real Madrid, and Manchester City did beat AC Milan to win the Europa League final 2-1. I know for a fact that we were eliminated in the round of 32 by that team. I don't know their logo, but they lost to Athletic Bilbao. So that is the second season done and dusted. Progress aplenty. With Koke coming in and maybe a new signing or two next season, we might be in good position to qualify for the Champions League. Let's get into the third season with Bournemouth. Our third season here at Bournemouth starts off perfectly. A new striker signing, couldn't resist it. Antonio Sanabria has signed for £37.9 million from Real Betis. That was his release clause. His value is $35.5 million. An absolute bargain. Welcome to Bournemouth, Antonio Sanabria. Asmi Begovic is the latest player to depart the club. I didn't really want to get rid of him, but I thought he's 32 years of age now. We've got a respectable sum for him. May as well invest in a long-term goalkeeper. So the Bosnian/Canadian goalkeeper is off to Arsenal for £16.6 million. And Max Gradel is also going to leave the club. He is off to Leeds United for £7.3 million. We've invested wisely and bought a new goalkeeper. Kepa Arrizabalaga, one of the best names in modern football, is coming from Bilbao for £35.6 million to be our new shot stopper. Another pretty busy window, and we've really taken this Bournemouth squad to the next level. Sanabria and Arrizabalaga in, Gradel and Begovic out. This is what our starting 11 looks like. Look at that, Saul is already 89 rated within 3 seasons. This guy is on steroids. This is insane. I think we have to really look at focusing on bringing in some new players defensively. Then we will be at a quality level. I am surprised by how fast our progress has been, but let's check in at the midway point. Alright, here we are just about halfway through the season. Things are going alright. I definitely think we need to be making a push for Champions League football this season, but being in 9th position isn't where we want to be. The only thing that's keeping me positive is the points differential. We're on 27 points. Crystal Palace, who are somehow in 4th, are on 30 points. So 3 points behind us and them, between us and them. Stoke leading the league on 39 points. And looking at the drop zone, Burnley, Huddersfield and Swansea all in the mix. But we need to hope that we can make a good push in the second half of the season and play Champions League football hopefully in Season 4. A big time pre-contract signing here. I said we need to start improving our defense. We're going to be bringing in next season Joshua Kimmich on a free transfer, but I'm not going to be playing him at right back. He's going to be playing centre back for us, at least for the time being. Joshua Kimmich is going to be our new centre back in season number 4 with Bournemouth. And a player departure here as Harry Arter has made the move to Scotland as he goes to Celtic for £5.9 million. So compared to the other windows that we've had in this Bournemouth rebuild, not too much action, but still action to talk about. Kimmich in next season, Arter out. Let's see if this side here is good enough to qualify for Champions League football. I certainly hope so. So here we are at the end of Season 3. We're unable to make the Champions League for this 4th season. I thought we had to make it. We're so close to leapfrogging, to kind of having the turning point in this Bournemouth rebuild. We finished in 7th position on 60 points, but 4th place Stoke have 65. Man United win the league. Swansea, Huddersfield, and West Ham. That's 2 relegations for West Ham. They all go down. We made it to the FA Cup final as well. We lost to Manchester United 2-1 in the FA Cup final. Imagine if we won that. In the League Cup, we did no damage at all. Spurs beat Brighton 2-0 in the final. Barcelona win a scoreless final, Champions League final on penalties. Holy shit, we won the Europa League. We're going to be playing Champions League football next season after all. Okay, who'd we beat? We beat bloody Bayern Munich 1-0 in the final. That gives me a lot of confidence heading into the Champions League next season. I'm pretty damn stoked that we're in it now. We beat Köln in the semi-final, Villarreal on penalties in the quarters, and we did a pretty good job of beating Napoli in the round of 16. Hell yeah, Bournemouth, Champions League football in season 4. Alright, time for a quick little squad report here. Quick little update to let us know how we're going throughout this rebuild. Very pleased with the progress we've made so far. Some of the players developing quite nicely. Of course, if you want to have a look at someone's individual stats, make sure that you pause the video and have a look. But I'm really excited by the squad we have. Hopefully, holy crap, Saul is at a 91 rating right now. We have one of the world's best midfielders, Koke 2087. Okay, next season we get Kimmich in, who was 88 when we bought him, hopefully a bit higher now. We've got a lot of positions already sorted. It's just going to come down to upgrading a few more defensive positions, I feel. So season 3 ends on a high. Europa League champions, into the Champions League for season 4. How will we go? I don't know. Let's find out. It's another bargain buy for us as we begin season 4. Inaki Williams, the young Spanish right winger, is joining the club here for only £47.5 million. He's valued at 46 million. His contract expires this season, so I thought we could get him close to base value, and that's exactly what we've done. An 86 rated right midfielder, gonna put Koke in the centre midfield now. Welcome to Bournemouth, Inaki Williams. So I mean, looking at our starting 11 now, I genuinely don't think we need to touch the midfield or the front line for the majority of this rebuild. Maybe, because look at that, Koke's like 28, so if we don't win the Champions League within the next 2 to 3 seasons, I'll look to ship him on and replace him, but our starting 11 is legit. I think I don't need a new centre back, I don't need a new goalkeeper, maybe new left back, centre back, and right back. Our back line is definitely going to be the place where we look to improve for the majority of the rebuild now. So I said I wanted to improve the back line. We're putting in the steps to do that as we have shifted on Thomas Meunier to Napoli for £26.6 million. Let's go see if we can sign an improved right back now. And we have done just that. We have upgraded our right back spot. Sergio Roberto is the next player to join us here at the Vitality Stadium, signing for Bournemouth for £28 million. Now, I think it's a bit of a selfish signing. It's a short-term signing because, personally, with the squad we have now at our disposal, I think we can win it either. Maybe not this season, but I definitely think next season it's achievable. So, Roberto will be 30 in 3 seasons' time. That is enough time, I think, for us to win the Champions League. Welcome to Bournemouth, Sergio Roberto. So, a very successful transfer window here. Sometimes it's more a matter of fact of quality over quantity, and we've definitely proved that here. As Williams and Roberto come in, Meunier comes out. This is our squad. I'm telling you, Saul is going to prove to be one of the best players we have bought in rebuild history. Look at that team. If we can either grow Shaw and Ake or get rid of them and upgrade them in January, I can't see a reason why we won't win it this season. It's going to be interesting. Let's go suss out our Champions League group. So it's not the worst group in the world, to be honest. Napoli, definitely our toughest opponents. Sociedad and Feyenoord can hold their own, but I've got blind confidence heading into this that we can get out of the group stages. I mean, knowing my luck, and if you guys have watched all of the rebuilds, a lot of the times I turn into a bit of a prophet where I say, we've got this, we're going through. But then we just get absolutely shafted and nothing comes of it. But we'll have a look and see if luck is on our side in 3, 2, 1. There it is. We have qualified. Napoli end up topping the group, but we were only 1 point behind them. It's one loss that has separated us from them, so a very good start to life in the Champions League. Feyenoord have had a shocker. 6 losses, no wins, no draws. Sociedad held their own, I guess, but let's check out the tournament tree. Where are we? We are taking on AC Milan in the round of 16 of the Champions League. So, a manageable opponent, but still a good test. It'll be interesting to see if they've held on to some of their young players, like Donnarumma, like Silva. It'll be quite interesting, like Suso. We'll find that out. Alright lads, here we are on the 1st of January, and we're in a spot that I want to see us in, the top 4. We want to stay in the top 4, hopefully get a little bit higher. I mean, 4th place will see us be in the playoff next season, which I don't exactly want. I'd rather just get in automatically, unless we win it this season. But 4th position, not the best, not the worst. It's quality, I guess. So that definitely did not go the way I wanted it to. I thought we might be able to bring in a new left back or centre back, but unfortunately the funds weren't able to be generated, so we're going to have to give the Champions League a crack. With the squad we have, let's get into it. Let's take on AC Milan in the round of 16. Alright, the first leg here at home against AC Milan. Now, a bit of a problem is Gonzalo Guedes is out for this first leg, and so is Roberto. Guedes is injured, Roberto is suspended. Guedes should be back pretty damn soon, but we need to make sure we don't get too far behind. They've got Belotti and Fabinho, two of the best young players in the game. They get an away goal, but Milik is going to equalise for us. But Belotti has got an away goal on the board for AC Milan, which is definitely not what we were after. Can we get it? Yes, we do. Anarchy Williams is going to get us a second goal. We're 2-1 up here after the first leg. No! Damn it, Belotti. It was going so well, but he just had to pop up in the 88th minute and get an away goal. Milan have 2 away goals. That gives them a huge advantage. So the away leg here at the San Siro, we get our starting players back. Guedes back, Roberto back, but Sanabria's out. So we take 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Who are we going to have up front? We are going to have King up front, Joshua King stepping up. We need to score. We need away goals. We can't concede. No! Niang scores in the 4th minute. We get an away goal. We need another away goal. Milik, please score us another one. Can King become the hero? Belotti does not matter because we still need a second goal. If we get a second goal, then it's all tied up. Away goals out of the equation. Come on, half an hour to go. Somebody do us good. Cooks come on for Ake. Come on, Smith. No, they get a 3rd goal. We're going to be eliminated in the round of 16 in Season 4. I definitely thought we could have gone further this season, but it seems like it just wasn't meant to be. Alright, so we've qualified for the Champions League next season in 4th position, but that is definitely not the position I wanted to go through, because now we're going to have to go through the goddamn qualifiers. Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool have an extremely tight title race. We're well behind all of them, and we were in a tight race between Arsenal, City, Spurs, and probably Everton as well. Looking at the drop zone, it is going to be Wolverhampton, Burnley, and Sheffield Wednesday, all being relegated. Taking a look at the FA Cup, a pretty weird FA Cup final there, as Watford defeats Sheffield United. We made it to the round of 16, where we were eliminated, unfortunately, by Manchester United. Manchester United went on to win the Carabao Cup. They knocked us out as well in the round of 16, so Man United have really been our bane this season. We did manage to lose the Copa Europe earlier in the season, 2-0 to Barcelona, And AC Milan, the side that knocked us out of the Champions League, went on to win the whole thing, 2-1 against Spurs in the final. Werder Bremen did win an all-German Europa League final on penalties against Borussia Dortmund. So I mean, Season 4 did end up being a little bit disappointing. We scraped through to the Champions League. We got eliminated in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Definitely think with a few more improvements to the squad, Season 5 will be our time. Let's get into it right now with Bournemouth. Alejandro Grimaldo is going to be the left-back signing we were looking to bring in. We're going to sign the Spaniard from Barcelona for £54.7 million. Now, there was a number of left-backs I was considering going for, but my big thinking is my number one goal is to win the Champions League this season. If we don't win the Champions League season in this season, season number 5, I'm classifying it as a downright failure. It is going to be a big failure if we don't win it this season. And Barcelona are a club that we could definitely get drawn up against. It's happened a lot in the past, so why not steal one of the best players? Alejandro Grimaldo, welcome to Bournemouth, buddy. Champions League playoff rounds. Not the spot we wanted to be in, but it's the spot we've found ourselves in. So we're going to be taking on Aberdeen here. Scottish side, a lot of great history. A side that I've had a lot of people wanting to rebuild, but at the moment, we have to focus on taking them down. Full strength starting 11, the away leg here. We're going to simulate it 1-0 up and 1-1. Okay. Koke is going to miss a penalty late on. We've got a challenge on our hands now for the second leg. Alright, time for the home leg. Koke is out through suspension for this one, so we have to do it without him. Fortunately, Lewis Cook is 84 rated, but come on fellas, let's not get eliminated in the qualification rounds. Let's put in a good performance. We simulate it 5-0. Milik scores 4 goals. You're an absolute weapon, buddy. We're through to the Champions League group stages. We didn't do much this window, but we made an important signing. Grimaldo turns us into a genuine threat now. I'm hopeful that Ake, he has potential of 85, so I'm really hoping that he can put in a good shift this season and get to at least an 84 rating. I think he should be able to. I always like to keep one of the initial players in the starting 11 from the original squad, but this is what our team looks like. 92 rated Saul as our captain, high 80 rated across the park. This is going to be our year, fellas. Let's go check out our Champions League group. Our group is very similar to last year. In fact, I think we're in the same group, like Group D, as we were last year, but Juventus, Werder Bremen, and Olympiacos. Juventus, obviously, going to be a very tough opponent. Werder Bremen, though, they won the Europa League a few years ago in this rebuild, so they have some quality in there. Olympiacos probably going to end up being the Feyenoord of, what Feyenoord was in our group last year. That's what Olympiacos are probably going to end up being, but I'm not too worried about those guys. I'm worried about us. We need to qualify for the knockout rounds. We need to show that we are true contenders. Let's do it. Let's simulate in 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's good. That's actually really good. We go undefeated. Much better than Juventus. Olympiacos almost took over Juventus. I mean, I'm sorry to all you Olympiacos fans that I kind of doubted you 5 seconds ago, but it doesn't matter. We're through. 4 wins, 2 draws, no losses. Back to the stage where we were eliminated last season. Who are we coming up against? Is it going to be AC Milan again? Let's switch to the tournament tree. Okay, I saw immediately AC Milan taking on Man United. Alright, that's not too bad. We are going to be taking on Sporting, a side that a lot of people want me to rebuild, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful we can get to the quarterfinals. Alright, here we are halfway through the Premier League season in a very good position. Second place, 35 points, 2 points behind top of the table Chelsea. Again, need to get in that top 3, top 4 at least, but top 3 to secure that we don't have to go through the qualifiers. It's very, very close though. Arsenal, Everton, and Leicester all 3 points behind us, and then City 6 points behind us. Man United having a pretty average season along with Liverpool. Looking at the drop zone, it is going to be West Brom, Crystal Palace, and Aston Villa all in the drop zone, but again, a very tight table. We just need to focus on ourselves. Let's go in, let's see if we can sign a brand new centre-back, see how Ake's going, and judge the situation. You guys probably can't understand how angry I am right now. I have been pulling my goddamn hair out for the last 20 minutes trying to get something to happen. I thought, alright, we need to go ahead, upgrade Ake. He's 84 rated. I want to make sure that we have someone that is world class in there as our central defenders when the Champions League knockout rounds happen. I've been trying to include him in swap deals. I've transfer listed him. I have tried. And nothing would happen. We've got, what, 17 million pounds? Yeah, well, 18 million pounds. Make that 20 if you alter the wage budget a little bit, but nothing is going through. So we're going to have to cross our fingers and hold our breath that Ake can step up to the plate here in the knockout rounds and get us a Champions League title, because that is so annoying. It's all a part of the journey, but it is so annoying. The away leg begins now against Sporting. Come on, let's get past this stage. Are we going to get to the quarterfinals, or is the round of 16 going to prove to be a bit of a boogeyman for us? A bit of a challenge for us. We need to get away goals. They do have good young players. Palinha's a great player. JarradHD is a great young player. They've got good players. Pinto, they've got good players, and we haven't been able to break them down yet. Saul does, though. The 92 rated captain, Saul, does get us an away goal, which is definitely what we want to be seeing. They miss a penalty. Acuna, great young player, misses a penalty, thankfully, and it's going to end 1-0 in our favour. Would have been nice to get another away goal, but we've got the advantage. Alright, the home leg now at the Vitality. Grimaldo out through suspension, so Luke Shaw gets back into our starting 11. Very happy I didn't sell him. I was on the verge of selling Luke Shaw, but then I thought could probably use him as a backup player, and that decision has come alive as Saul gets us a 2-0 aggregate advantage here. That is a dream start. I'm happy for it to stay this way. Just need to get no injuries, no suspensions. I mean, I don't know how many yellow cards Kimmich has acquired. We're 2-0 up here with just under half an hour to go. Just over 20 minutes to go. We're looking good. Don't jinx it, Jared. Inaki Williams gets us a second goal. They get a goal back, but it is not going to be enough. We go through to the quarterfinals with a 3-1 aggregate. Well, we got somewhat fortunate with our opponent in the round of 16, but things go up a level. It's going to be Real Madrid versus Bournemouth in the Champions League quarterfinals, perhaps the biggest opponent that Bournemouth have ever faced in their lifetime. But we're going to have to take down the Galacticos here if we are in with a shot of winning the rebuild in Season 5. Come on, boys, fire up. Let's take down Madrid. Alright, the home leg to kick things off. The biggest hurdle is that Kimmich is out for this first leg through suspension, but Cook is going to come in for him. Hopefully Steve Cook can keep us at bay. Steve Cook versus Real Madrid. Let's see how we go. Let's not try to concede too many away goals. We want it to be a salvageable second leg, but Llorente has scored early for them. We need to get a goal back. We do through Sanabria, which is brilliant to see as the second half begins. 1-1 here headed into the second half. I'm expecting Real Madrid to step up and get a goal. Marquinhos does pick up an injury. We get into the final few minutes. 1-1, I can handle that, I can cop that. A 1-1 scoreline headed into the second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. This is salvageable. Kimmich is back here for the away leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. We need to get a goal back. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We need to score. We don't score, Real Madrid go through with the away goal rule. Goals are needed, not for them. We're still in the same situation. A goal for us will save us. Yes, Sanabria, you beautiful man, beautiful Paraguayan beast. We are at a 1-1 scoreline. Real Madrid's away goal advantage out the window. We need to be the next team to score. Come on, Bournemouth. Who's going to be the hero? I'm looking at you, Milik. Step up, Milik. Milik, step up for us. Are we headed? We're headed to extra time. Milik, yes, mate. 97th minute, the Polish striker gives us an away goal. Real Madrid need to score 2. We're through. Semi-finals, 2-1, huge away performance. That is what you want to see. A very interesting Champions League semi-final here. Bournemouth versus Liverpool, all English affair. Are we going to be able to get through this to the final? I really hope so. If we took down Real Madrid, I really can't see a reason why we can't take down Liverpool, but I'm sure Jurgen Klopp has done a tactical mastermind. I'm sure he's bought some amazing talents. Very interested to see the squad that the Reds have. The other semi-final, another English opponent in Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid. Don't really want to verse Atletico Madrid again. I've versed them a lot lately in the finals. They've kind of turned into the new Barcelona. But let's see what we can do. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Who's going to the Champions League final? We'll soon find out. Alright, it is time for the away leg. We travel to Anfield with a full-strength starting 11, which is exactly what I want to see. No suspensions, no injuries. Let's hope that doesn't happen for the final if we can manage to get there. And they have bought well. Rugani, Rodriguez, Tete, Rulli. But we get an away goal through Milik. Yes, boy. Milik gets us a 1-0 advantage. That's one away goal. A second one would be huge. Let's not concede. Let's score another away goal. Coutinho scores for Liverpool. Rabiot picks up an injury. That's a great signing Rabiot. Almost signed him in season 1. But it's going to be a 1-1 scoreline heading into the second leg. Milik with the away goal. Let's hope we can keep a clean sheet in leg 2. Alright, time for the home leg. Are we going to get Bournemouth through to a Champions League final here? We've slogged it out over this rebuild. It has been a slow and steady rebuild. Got to the round of 16 last year. Now we're one step away from the final. We can't afford to concede. Arrizabalaga, I need you to step up, buddy. Our defense needs to be strong. Kimmich and Ake need to be rocks. Grimaldo gets us a goal. Testy pop for life. We are 2-1 up. Liverpool need to score a goal. Let's hope they can't. They've got on Rodriguez. They've got on Cyprian. They've got 10 minutes to equalise and send this one to extra time. It's not looking good for them. It is not going to be good for Liverpool, but it is going to be perfect for us. AFC Bournemouth, the small club from the south of England, through to the Champions League final. So it is going to be an all-English affair here for the Champions League final. AFC Bournemouth versus Chelsea Football Club. Which part of England is going to be taking home the silverware? We'll soon find out. They've had a really tough run to the final. I think both our clubs deserve to be here. Chelsea have taken down Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund on their way to the final. Of course, we've taken down Liverpool, we've taken down Madrid, we've taken down Sporting. Both teams deserve to be here. Going to be a cracker of a final. Checking out the other tournaments, Barcelona managed to win the Europa League. Sad to see that my logic with Grimaldo hasn't paid off. Although maybe Grimaldo's departure stopped them from qualifying for the Champions League. And we have won the Premier League, so even if we get taken down by Chelsea tonight, we still will be playing in the Champions League next season. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that, but Bournemouth are champions of England. Looking at the relegation zone, Huddersfield, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace all relegated. Chelsea managed to win the FA Cup. They've had a pretty good season. Burnley eliminated us in the quarterfinals. And once again, we do terribly in the Carabao Cup. Southampton go on to win that tournament. So here is a look at our squad report ahead of the Champions League final. Our team is remarkable. It is such a strong side. Ake up to an 85 rating, which I'm very happy to see now. And I definitely think we are in for a good shot in this final. Hopeful that we can put up a good fight. All of our players are available for the final, which I'm very happy to see. It says Grimaldo suspended in this, but I checked the squad and he's available to play, so very happy to see that. Saul is 92 rated at 27 years of age. That was a brilliant pickup. Really need to start signing him more in rebuilds, it seems, but I'm excited to see how this team plays. I'm excited to see if we can keep the streak up, and I'll let you guys know that I have taken note of your suggestions. I've implemented sliders for the final. I've gone ahead and used the ones that Cutsy Gaming has suggested, so I will try to remember to leave a link to Cutsy's video where he talks about that. A big shout out to Cutsy. I will link his channel down below, but we're going to be using those sliders on Legendary to make it a lot harder today, so let's see how we go.
Chasing miracles, no, that's not how my story goes. You could be my hero before I let you go. Cause I don't go chasing fairy tales, no, that's not how my story goes. I've been down this road before, I've seen the fall, and I won't fall for you. I've been there. For you, so let's hide, and my thought can't lose. No, I won't fall for you. No, I won't.
It's the All-English Champions League final. Two contrasting clubs from two contrasting cities. Let's take down Chelsea. Nicely intercepted there from Cocaine, nice and early on. A goal would be perfect to start this final. Guedes, nice movement. Zimmerman chasing. We're holding it up here. Got to try keeping some space. Grimaldo. to Koke. We're just passing it around here. This is beautiful passing. Sanabria probably should have tried to put it in the middle. Guedes. Milik. Come on, we need to play the through balls. Sanabria, nice ball to Milik. We're going to hold it back. Sanabria, he has stuffed his lines big time. Probably should have gone off the right foot. Zimmerman down the line here. Cutting into the middle. We're trying to defend. We're just letting him run into the box. Good stuff from Guedes. We get it away. Inaki Williams running straight down here. He's going to feed it through. Perfect ball to Sanabria. One-on-one with Courtois. Hits it. Tried to stick it in the bottom corner. But it's a terrific save from the Belgian goalkeeper. And that's a terrible pass. Oh, Kante. We mistimed that with Saul. Now Kante's running through. Saul's chasing. That is a brilliant effort to make up for it from our captain. But the referee awards a free kick. Let's not concede from this. So they're going to take the free kick in. Malcolm chips it over. They go for the bicycle. Jeez, Kante. Just trying to play some smart football here. Inaki Williams going through. We see the run of Milik. We've caught David Luiz in a crap position. Milik's going to give us the lead here. Half an hour into the Champions League final. Get in there, you wonderful Polish striker. Great through ball. Great run. David Luiz. Terrible from the Brazilian centre-back. No man's land. Caught in no man's land for sure. I mean, look at this. He drawn into our bait. And a lovely finish there. 1-0 Bournemouth. Good stuff there. Here we go. Saul. Going to Guedes. Just running straight up the guts. Passing it around. Koke. Playing it over the top to Inaki Williams. It's a good touch there. Oh, what a block from Rudiger. Oh, Zimmerman, he's made us look like a fool here. Saul, they've got the ball away, but Ake intercepts it. That man is genuinely the reason why we haven't seen many Chelsea opportunities yet. He has been an absolute rock for us in this game. But let's see what we can do now. Milik, beautiful run, beautiful ball. Koke up against David Luiz. Goes for the long shot. Oh, I thought we were going to score a screamer there. Beautiful passing play out of the back here. Williams, he's had a killer game for us. A few players have been stepping up big time. We see you making that run, Inaki Williams. We're going to put this one in the middle. Sanabria brings it down. What a finish. We're 2-0 up here. That is a perfect play. Bournemouth, one hand on the title. One hand on the Champions League trophy. What a cross. What a run. It started. Oh, that is just the perfect play. That is, when I say my favourite types of goals to score in FIFA 18, that is it. A perfect ball from Milik. A first-time cross. And a beautiful finish there. He sold Courtois. He sold him. That animation looked like he was going bottom left, but he puts it bottom right. 2-0. Yes, mate. Saul. Nice passing. Inaki Williams. He's going to finesse it, but he forces Courtois into a beautiful save. Probably should have tried finessing it off the left. We do get the corner, though. We're going to draw the man in here. Watch this. I've learned how to do this recently. You just belt it in there. You go. Oh, just we needed a better header. Beautiful stuff there to win the ball back from Kimmich. We're going to play it over the top. Sanabria looking for his brace. Should have had it. Courtois so far off the line, but he's able to make a crucial save. Look at this. That was a beautiful contact. Just hit it straight at him. Come on. Oh, they've won the header. They need to score now if they're any chance. Morata, we played with him yesterday. Up against Ake. Puts it in the middle there. Hazard off. Good save, Arrizabalaga. Clear it, clear it. Just clear it, Ake. Oh, that was the closest Chelsea have come. We're into stoppage time, fellas. Chelsea need to score now. It's probably going to be a little bit too late. We're going to make the tackle there. Inaki Williams going to Sanabria. Oh, he can't. I thought we were going to be able to hold it up, but it's been a really tight game. Our defense just killed it today. We're going to be Champions League winners with Bournemouth. What an incredible rebuild it was. This is one of the most satisfying rebuilds I've done, where we've just gone from strength to strength to strength. Solid progression. Champions League winners. That is another day in the December Rebuild Challenge complete. Fellas, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. And check out my social media links, all that good stuff linked down below as per normal. But most importantly, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.
This could be breaking me down. It's just that I know better now. This could Your love was smoke and mirrors. Your love was just a game, but now I'm seeing clearer. Watch me forget your name. I bet my life upon it. I'm moving past you now. There'll be